Throughout history, there have been many works symbolizing many different themes. One of these themes most prevalent in today's society is technological innovations, things progressing the technology of the time and furthering human involvement in the future. Through these technological innovations, people of the time were able to better understand themselves, the world, and people around them. This came through many forms: real technology like TVs or phones as we know them today, or models of the time used for future reference, or archaic terms of technology that we may have seen in the past that were huge steps into the future at the time. In this video, we'll be able to go over all of these types of technology and look at works from global history that come together to form this theme. Now, one of the works in global history that represents this is the Electronic Superhighway by June Paik. This work is made out of many lights, TVs, and media. Through analysis of the work, we can see the visual makeup of it. The whole work is in the shape of America, outlining all the states in neon lights. In each state, we see a TV playing media from that given state. The work outlines the connection of all the nation's interstate highways, but the underlying meaning that June Paik inlaid into this work is actually deeper than just that. Paik's true meaning of the work was to show how the world is not just connected through physical means, but the digital spreading of ideas. See, the whole thing was actually Paik's whole artistic theme. He moved to New York in 1964, and in downtown New York, he was able to witness all of the innovation that was taking place. This innovation taking place in metropolitan areas of the US, and from then, he predicted a world of technological advancement, which is clear through all of his other artworks. Another work of Paik's that shows technological innovation is the magnet TV. Paik's intelligence in technology and just understanding of that world is honestly shown as he uses an industrial-grade magnet on an old TV to create a glitch-like effect on it, and the outcome is pretty good looking. He's showing the inner workings of this technology and all of its intricacies, a part of the future tech that has become prevalent in modern society. Paik also made the TV garden. I think we can see a recurring element in these works, where we see technological innovation implemented into the real world. Again, Paik is predicting the future. We can't stress this enough. He's putting TVs into architecture to illuminate the area, but moreover, the central theme is the integration of tech into our real world. He's able to predict that all this is happening in our real life. Back then, people weren't scrolling on TikTok 24 hours a day and weren't using their phones during every conversation, but somehow he knew that tech would be innovated and integrated into our lives just like that. The question is, how did Paik actually figure all of this out? Because he truly predicted the future of technology and showed real innovation. In an interview in the 1900s, Paik stated, "The invention of a camera changed the scene and made everybody into an active visual artist." He felt as though art was going to change ever since the camera, and he was right. This is a whole new form of art and media, and it's at the fingertips of any given human, and he knew that. But also, he was obsessed with the humanization of technology. He was in love with it. Every single idea revolving in his mind was around this one subject, humanization of technology. So maybe Paik didn't actually predict the future. He just hoped of a type of future and it happened to come through. And there's the brilliance of June Paik. Of course, Paik isn't the only one in history who's done all this. We've been seeing technological innovation all throughout artistic history, and there's 3 specific examples of these that stand out to me. 3 other works related in this same theme are the Lucasa memory board in the 19th and 20th centuries, the still life in studio in 1837, and also Anavisos Kouros in 530 BCE. These works all show technological innovation in different ways, bringing together Paik's theme and the central theme of his works. Firstly, the Lucasa memory board. The work functioned as a, you guessed it, memory device for the Luba people. An innovation at the time, it helped people look back in time and remember things that happened. It had tons of grits and grats and scratches on it, a ton of different designs and symbols on this little box. And what people would do is hold it with their left hand, and then as if they were reading Braille, they would go like, oh, it looks like I ate mac and cheese last night. That's how it functioned. It was used as a placeholder for what happened in the past. While the electronic superhighway was an insight into the future, the Lukasa memory board was a placeholder for the past, a mental picture of the time. Anavisus Koros was a technological innovation at the time as well. It was a model for future works of the same type. Koros is a work of a simple man standing with one foot, his left foot, forward. Also, this dude is standing in the nude. Even though visually it's such a simple work, it still holds a significant technological impact because of what comes after it. Koros' simple design influenced tons of later works of the same type, and many of Greece's artworks are modeled after Anavisus Koros. For example, Doryphorus, the spear bearer. It uses a similar model with a man with a foot standing out, but it has slight additions like clothing and he's holding something. It also holds movement, contrapposto, but still it's based off of Anavisus Koros. Koros was a technological innovation, a model for the works that came after it. The same way that many car manufacturers today are using Tesla as a model for their EVs that they're making. Koros served as a starting point which advanced the tech of modeling and keeping structures after it. And lastly, still life in the studio. Still life in studio is the beginning of photography as an art medium as a whole. It was a photograph, and at the time, photos were kind of rare and hard to come by. They were pretty new at the time. So, it is a work that revolutionizes the art space. Through photography, the work captures tacit information in the area that it was taken. That's something that a regular painting just can't do. So, all of these works show how technology is really impacting the art space. They're all showing technological innovation in some way or the other, being through a work revolutionizing the past, the present, and the future, both of art and history as a whole. We've seen what technology can do to art and the landscape. We've seen how technological innovations are a common theme throughout art, and how it can even affect our very lives.